What's up, y'all? Hopefully you had a good day today. I know here where I am in Georgia, we had snow, a decent amount of snow yesterday, and still very cold here, at least for middle Georgia. But it was cool having the snow and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, just back to getting the stretching in. But what I wanted to talk about this evening is I wanted to talk about um, the intuitiveness of health. I believe that being healthy is a very intuitive thing. I believe that, in other words, being healthy, when you really kind of step back and really think about it, it's like it's not really complicated. It's not complicated, and the fact that it seems complicated is I don't know. Perhaps it's intentional by some groups of people who might profit off of us being not knowing how to take care of ourselves. But it's intuitive. And so what do I mean by that? So what I mean is, it's, let me put it this way. A lot of the things that make us unhealthy, it's our fault. And when I say it's our fault, I'm kind of talking about mankind. I'm talking about humans. A lot of times when you look at everything that really kind of causes us ill health, it's our faults. And so, for example, the food stuff, the foods that tend to make us unhealthy are the foods that we've tampered with, the foods that we've created. Like processed foods and foods that are highly, highly refined and processed. Sometimes so much so that they're not necessarily even worthy to be called food. Or foods that have lots and lots of man-made chemicals in them. Chemicals that might be like, pesticides and stuff like that, but they also harm us too. From a movement standpoint, a lot of what harms us is the fact that we have convenienced ourselves to a place where we don't move nearly as much as we're created to move. I believe that God created humans to move and to move a lot. Science has kind of like shown that over time, and it just has. It just has. But then we kind of we tend to marvel at how helpful exercise is for like improving health and longevity and stuff like that. I mean, even to the point now, people talk about how exercise, if anything, could be called the fountain of youth. Exercise is, and how exercise really addresses almost every single health issue, almost every single one. I'm seeing more and more people say that. Just the other day, it's like a interview, a talk between Dr. Peter Tia, and Dr. Rhonda Patrick talking about that. And I've seen many people talk about that. I think Dr. Mark Hyman, I heard him on one of his podcast episodes talking about it. So, but it's because we have over time, we've moved almost all movement out of our lives. You go from walking on foot to walking with like a horse or something like that, to eventually vehicles, where everybody could buy vehicles. And then even inside of buildings and stuff like that, we have elevators and escalators and just various things that roll us around. We can go very long distances. And it's great, but like there's a consequence to that. We've even kind of made it unsafe for us to like do anything but drive in our local neighborhoods. So yeah, that kind of stuff. Then we, created light bulbs and things that keep us up so we can keep on working into the night, which we're not really designed to do. We're supposed to kind of get up and go to sleep by the greater and the lesser lights, the sun and the moon. And so when you really look at it, a lot of the issue is us. It's us humans. we tend to be the cause of our poor health. And I mean, like that's not me being weird or being um I don't know. It's like I say, that's why I say it seems very intuitive. It seems like if we didn't really have a lot of our stuff, a lot of our creations and things, at least the way that we create them. I don't think that everything that we put together as people is bad, but a lot of it doesn't necessarily work with how we are created to work, if that makes sense. And so some of the things, I think sometimes with some thought, some of the things that we create actually do work pretty well with how we're made, but a lot of it doesn't. A lot of it causes health problems. A lot of factories are putting that create a lot of our goods and products and whatnot. A lot of those factories are spewing chemicals into the air and into the water and all that kind of stuff, into the soil. So I think a good thing to do, I think a good exercise for all of us to do is to kind of like think about what the world would look like if nothing man-made existed. And then think about what we would eat then. How would we eat? Now, I'm not necessarily saying going to eat raw meat and stuff like that, but it'll kind of give you a pretty good idea of, um, how stuff would be if we hadn't kind of negatively impacted like our food supplies and our lifestyles and stuff like that. So I don't know. These are kind of things I kind of think about sometimes. Because I'm real serious about this health stuff. And I'm so tired of seeing people that I know and love who are suffering and dying. And then it turns out the more and more I learn, the more and more I find out that most of it is very preventable. Most of it is. It's just that we're so far off from how we used to live. Even the way that we grow food, and the way that we've grown food for a long time has kind of been faulty because the way that we feed soil is by adding fertilizer that has really just three main things in it: nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. But those just really help a plant to look good. But it's all kind of other vitamins and minerals that plants need that it would normally take from the ground. And so because those aren't replenished by organic methods like just putting organic material back into the soil, then a lot of the plants at the grocery store tend to be deficient in key vitamins and minerals. And that makes sense. To me, it makes sense that they'd be deficient. Because even as a gardener myself, a lot of times you look for fertilizers and it's always focused on like NPK, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, I guess in that order. So anyhow, I don't know. This stuff is a little bit more. It's a lot more intuitive, I think, than we tend to realize. It's not really that. It's not really that difficult. We kind of complicate it because we have all kind of workout methods and stuff. I'm not mad at all that stuff, but I'm just telling you. It's not really that. It's not really that confusing, or at least it doesn't have to be. You know, just kind of get back to the fundamentals to start off with, and you'll understand what I mean. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. About whether or not being healthy is an intuitive thing. I'm gonna go ahead and finish stretching. Y'all have a good night.
As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to maintain and build muscle. Muscle helps you burn fat, stay mobile, and can contribute to longevity. However, many people have no idea how to work out to build muscle. My mini workout series on Patreon provides you with my body weight mini workout video library. These workouts use little to no equipment, which means that you can do them in the privacy of your own home. They start at beginner level and progress from there to ensure you continue to see results. Every workout is a full body workout, hitting chest, back, legs, and glutes, as well as other muscles in between. Become a patron today and receive access to my series of mini workouts, plus access to a digital copy of my book, 8 Weeks to Transform Your Diet and Your Health. By combining the workouts with healthy diet changes, as outlined in my book, you'll definitely be on your way to weight loss, improved health, and visible results. Join me at patreon.com/SeanB2B Fitness today.